they do even no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo, Mayegun. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary, Godfatherism.
Thank you very much. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today. The new Naira notes. Yeah. Thank you.
Facebook.
As you are joining us tonight, I am going to be reminding you, if you are watching Mayegun's Diary Political on Facebook, Facebook is shite. We simply mean the fact that you are opportune to see me live there is good enough to remember that the best place you can be is to go straight on that YouTube, set your notification so that you don't miss anything. And for my Nigerian fans, just like we did the last time, tonight, if time permits us, 15 of you would have to go to bed tonight with a token of 10,000 Naira each. So share the broadcasts. Join us on YouTube because I will soon shut down the Facebook Live as we get into this. Also tonight, we all witnessed the controversy that trailed the endorsement of Peter Obi by the Afenifere, how Tifnumbu camp fought back, and you know the whole thing. Well, it seems that that was part one. The part two is brewing as Afenifere leader appeared at the capital of Yoruba land, Ibadan, where Peter Obi was campaigning. I'll share that with you tonight.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Repainted, recolored Naira. That should have been the rider of these broadcasts. Nevertheless, today, the much anticipated, the much talked about new Naira note or Naira design finally came out today as Naira coloration. Okay, let's take the pun out of it. Changing the color or changing the design as they intended was to make sure that they are able to, for security reasons, to fight counterfeitism or counterfeitism, maybe counterfeitisha, in order to fight those who are printing fake of that Naira. And most importantly, don't forget the reasons why they really wanted to redesign the Naira was because the Central Bank of Nigeria lost control or track of over 2.7 trillion naira, nearly 3 trillion naira cash of Nigeria money that they don't know where the money is. It's not in the circulation. They have no idea where the money is. So in their way, they believe that money is so huge that it is almost like 40 to 45% of the entire money printed by the Central Bank of Nigeria. And they don't know where the money is. That money is enough to wreck Nigeria, do anything. And how do they wreck? Do you know, most of you think wrecking Nigeria is going to be by throwing bombs and all of that. How ignorant of you. Wrecking a country, if you want to destroy a country, all you have to do is to elect Buhari. Simple and straightforward. Elect an illiterate, tyrannical dictator. And then wait for it. Right before your very eyes, your economy will be crumbling. Your infrastructures will be crumbling. Corruption will be the order of the day. And on like that. Lawlessness, the breakdown of law and order, and all you are witnessing in Nigeria today is just very simple. That's why I told people, I said, if all of you are paying attention very well, these guys are doing the best and the better job of breaking Nigeria into where everybody belongs. But emotion won't let you pay attention. But that's all right. They don't need bomb, boom, boom, boom. When Bokwari came in, the record of the Central Bank of Nigeria showed that Alaye, since 1960, even when Nigeria was spending pounds and shillings, to the time Nigeria fought civil war, entered Naira and Kobo. Since that time, the Central Bank of Nigeria has printed just less than 600 billion naira. Put everything together. Their record. But between 2015 and 2022, Emefiole has printed. Now, okay, let me rephrase. When I say printed, that is the money printed and given to different governments at different time. You know that the military, they depleted Nigeria so bad. Omo, everything where you read about Abacha and the rest of them, you have no idea what this Emefiole, Bokwari, and their gang have committed in Nigeria. Put all the military together, put all the whatever together. The money loaned to government by the Central Bank of Nigeria, printed for them, they said everything is under 600 billion. Between 2015 and 2022, Emefiole Central Bank has printed 21 trillion naira. 21 trillion naira for Bokwari's government. In all of that money, they are unable to track between 2.8 and 3 trillion naira. unable to track them, which they believe are enough. Because you see that money that you see they printed, they are just there in different banks, deposits here and there. Sure, you get transaction back and forth from the entire system, but majority, the chunk of them are there in the bank, If you have 1 million naira now, I bet you are not going to like go and put it in your wallet and be carrying it about. If you have 100 million naira, you're going to leave it somewhere, Abi. That is what that money represents eventually. But the one they let out, they expect to be running in the circulation. That's the money you have to pay Okada rider. The one you have to pay when you want to buy fish. The one you have to pay when you want to pay for anything in cash within the system all over Nigeria. They said they expected at least 8 or 9 trillion. Now they can only account for about 5 or so trillion of that cash, liquid cash in your, despite the fact that they were running their mouth, that they were running cashless Nigeria. If you are running a cashless Nigeria, how did 2.8 trillion naira cash ended up in the hands of unknown people? Let us redesign the Naira so that those people, they will lose their money or they will bring them out so that we can be able to know where, you know what I mean? Also, when we print another money, terrorists will not be able to collect they will not be able to collect the Naira anymore. Some stupid reasons that they gave. However, today, Bokuwari launched their new Naira, but there are some level of comparison you have to see. Nigeria Naira has lost its value so much, so much, that when these guys came in, $1 to Nigeria Naira was 199 Naira, 200 Naira to $1. Now, when they came in a space of 7 years, Nigeria Naira have lost its value to the tune of how much? She said 1, 2, 3, 4 to over 450%. So Nigeria Naira lost over 450% value, which means Nigeria Naira lost, 3/4 of its own value, which, in other words, economically make Nigeria Naira worthless. Nigeria Naira to $1 today, $1 to Nigerian Naira today is $1 to 840 Naira to $1. When they came in, £1 sterling then was 240 Naira, 235 Naira to a £1 sterling. Now, fast forward to 7 years. The Naira to pound sterling today, which I just made some, what have you to Nigeria, was exchanged for 930 Naira to £1 sterling. So how can they fight and then strengthen the Naira? Well, let us redesign it. So now, the Nigerian 200, which one is this? Okay, this is Nigerian 500 Naira now, the new notes. So it's like in color green. Yeah. So the Nigeria 200 Naira, nothing really changes, except the fact that you will see that they have, I'll tell you when I get there, okay? I'll show you. So this is the 500. This is the new 200 Naira. It is still the same 200 Naira that cannot buy you a loaf of bread, okay? So, and then this is 1,000 Naira. So this 1,000 Naira, this particular page on the front page of that money, they have added extra 1,000 Naira figure at the bottom right. On your screen, you can see that. That never used to be there. I'll show you. Now, let's compare what they were like before and what they have just done. Comparatively, these added no value. These added or no nothing. It is just their way, it may feel his way of in their way of fighting back and then in a way making those who have the Naira lose them or whatever it is, which in fact will further crash it. December is almost here. I remember telling you, you can still put your money up for it. Stake it. 10 million Naira. I don't know how they do that staking in your staking office, okay? Go there, tell them that you want to stake something against the Naira. That by the end of December, it will become 1,000 Naira to £1 or 1,000 Naira to $1. Place your money on it, you will be cashing out big time. There's nothing wrong in it. It is because the criminals in charge of Nigeria are leading a country where somebody sang, he said, the 200 million mumus, the people who can't really think, or even if they can, they are so sort of, mentally powerless to even challenge anything. Because what would they say? What do you want them to say is what they will ask you. You get what I mean? However, this doesn't change anything. So look at it. No, in fact, I think it's always been there. This is their old Naira, and this is the new Naira on the right. And people have said that, if this is the plan, anyway, they could have tried and do something better. Look at this. If you compare them to Nigeria lowest denomination of banknotes that are today worthless. Can you please do me a favor if you are watching this, okay? Do me a favor. If you're watching this from Nigeria, how much, what do you think 50 Naira can buy you right now in Nigeria? Excuse me. What do you think, what can 20 Naira buy you and what can 10 Naira buy you? I'd buy you now, Now, put that aside and look at the 1,000 Naira, 500 Naira, and the 200 Naira. These guys are psychologically conditioning you to begin to see your 1,000, 500, 200 for their true value. Because they have, that 1,000 Naira have lost its value by 450%. That 1,000 Naira is now worth, in reality, your 1,000 Naira is now worth just about 220 Naira in worth. Do you understand that? Your 500 Naira is now worth something around 120 Naira. Your 200 Naira is now worth something around 40 Naira in value. Now, compare them now to what 50 Naira can buy, what 20 Naira can buy, and what 10 Naira can buy, and see what they have done to you. They have done you dirty, and they are not done yet, okay? So, some guys are already like, oh, more. If I have a chance, maybe they should have redesigned your 500 Naira notes like this. Somebody share this. May they just make look a little bit, I don't know. Anyway, there's so many ones. I mean, there's so many brands out there where you just feel like, okay, maybe they just dip all of them inside washing machine and they pour bleach on them. And then the aftermath is 500, 200 Naira came out pink. So what can this 200 Naira buy you right now in Nigeria? Tell me if you're watching this. Be honest. I'm not trying to be like a joke, okay? So what can 200 Naira buy you? When I was in Nigeria, let me tell you, this 200 Naira back then in 2010, 2011, before I left Nigeria, this 200 Naira could actually prepare a small portion of rice. I mean, you could get yourself tins of rice, about 4 or 5 tins. At the time, they were selling them for 15 Naira per tin. I'm telling you the Mekunu one, okay? Then you can easily go to the fish seller who can give you 30 Naira fish, all this frozen fish, okay? And you can also get yourself, in that money, with another 20, 25 Naira, you can get yourself Ororo Ilani, 15 Naira. You can get yourself a tomato and rodo and onions. And you can actually prepare something that 3 people can eat as young people back then anyway. Sure you get. So, but if you are somebody where they eat a lot, where they shop a lot, this one, right, could give you your breakfast and you will still have some change. In fact, if you are somebody like me who love to drink juice at the time, I'll still buy myself, a bottle of Fanta or Mirinda or Robo, 35 Naira. Sure you get from this money after buying bread and beans. Are you with me? But what can this get you today? When they opened the washing machine, 500 Naira came out like this. They're saying that the bleach changed the color. So this is your new 500 Naira. Now, I don't know what this can buy you today, but you do. And you could probably, let's say inflation or no inflation, okay, 500 pounds. Okay, maybe I'm taking it too far. Don't let me take it to somewhere like comparing this and that, okay? But what can this buy you today? Repainting it or washing it hasn't added any value to it. And this is the new 1,000 Naira. No real other value added, no nothing. They're just waiting for the people holding the Naira, okay, to come out and spend them. And I think that's just that on their new Naira or no new Naira. Just again, something that you can, play around with. If you get kidnapped between now and December, the terrorists will not want to get paid with your old notes because they know too. The system, your Nigerian system, they are working with the terrorists enough that terrorists are moving hundreds of millions of Naira of ransom money, and they are paying gun runners who are bringing in different ways to Nigeria. But yet, no one has been caught. Billions of Naira has exchanged hands between victims of kidnapping and their kidnappers in Nigeria. Your central bank, your communication minister, and your, what do they call them, BVN, and the what they say, all these things where they take from you to track you, register your SIM card. Terrorists will be making calls, collecting money. People are making huge withdrawals from bank to pay terrorism, to pay terrorists. Nigerian Central Bank have no idea of that money. Now they are promising you to make sure that terrorists will also lose their money, and you believe them, as dumb as many of you are, unfortunately. So the next step part is, let's go to Ibadan, okay? In fact, before we go to Ibadan, there's something so wrong. I don't know if you have actually noticed, right? I have noticed it, and I've kind of feel worried for them. Maybe they are doing this intentionally, or maybe they actually believe that people have become so stupid and dumb when it comes to some of these lies that these guys are pushing in trying to find a story that we tell Amoda Shongolere Abi Ogunlere from Iragbiji to tell you that he actually had a childhood that people have been struggling to figure out all this while. Who is this young baller? Like, listen, these are people who, I believe, somehow, when they know the truth, right, they shouldn't even push it anymore. They should just let it fly, like just let it just flow. It's not going to go away anyway. But they are so desperate, or maybe they are just doing this intentionally as well. I've been waiting for this. Since we know, we haven't seen anybody that said they grew up with Tifnumbu anywhere when they were growing up. We haven't seen anybody that said he's a family member of Tifnumbu when they were growing up, and this is where he was born. We haven't seen anybody that will say is the relative of his mother or the relative of his father or whatever it is. Nobody is coming out. Let's leave it at that. Is a ghost? You know what I mean? If Bukwari could be their president, the 200 million mumuns, they can make that happen too. But why are they lying? Okay, now Jeje Wideo, they can't go take this picture. They are sharing the story of young baller. Omokilo happen now. Which young baller? Now documentary on TV. They were talking about Tifnumbu's, when he was young, when he was growing up, he was there, he went to this school, he went to that school, all those lies on Tifnumbu's TV station. Ashi, kilo lito yen. Then using picture, lie to millions of people in Nigeria, and their NBC. I don't think they are fine them. Like, why are you lying to people? This is not Bola. This is Donald. Donald Omo Duke. This is not Bola or Amoda or Ogunlere. They are not related. They are not related. I just thought I should mention that we still have a long night. So whatever it was then, it'd be like, say, the part 2 of the war between Afenifere Part 1, Afenifere Part 2, and then Tifnumbu's campaign on this issue of Yoruba. Now look at this again. Baba Adebanjo, the drag him there to Ibadan today. So that whatever is said on interview, on video, it was there physically to say to everybody. And here is a clip from Ibadan today. Meanwhile, just before that, let's enter in style. What happened in Ibadan today when Obi was there? Starting from when he sort of, I think that should be there when he first arrived, and that should be.
Our incoming president, by the grace of God, incoming president, by the grace of God, by the grace of God, by the grace of God, our incoming president, I just welcome you.
Cyril, I don't understand your question. You know, I don't have anything against anybody. You know what I mean? So, Mayegun, what do you have against the great Payo Adebanjo? This man is always speaking truth to power. Did you see how he confronted Akim Baba Ahmed on live TV? He speaks for the oppressed, but you never acknowledge him. No, I have acknowledged him, but I don't even know what you mean by that. Cyril. I acknowledge his role, and he himself said it, that he is pro-Yoruba in Nigeria. Do you understand that now? So I respect that, just like I respect everyone else's opinion, wherever they choose to believe in, especially on Mayegun's diary political. So whatever Baba is doing in his own right, according to him, is to save Nigeria. And that's exactly what we are reporting of him. Do you want me to turn that around and then label his position to sound like he is a pro-Yoruba nation? He is not. Do you understand? So what he believes in is pro-Yoruba in Nigeria, and then fairness, equity, which is something I also, when it comes to that fairness and equity, which I have pointed out many times, Syria, I'll tell you, I said, if to say Nigeria want to stop lying to themselves, genuinely, that they really want to have something called a country of a united country, then they will first have to balance the leveler of that power. And it should start right now with an Igbo president in Nigeria. I've said that many times, but I don't believe in their election. So there's no point in me promoting things that I don't believe in. But why they are acting and doing what they are doing, as you and I believe, whether we believe in their election or we don't believe in their election, right? Whatever happens in Nigeria, good or bad, just like right now, affects just every one of us. Now, knowing where everyone stands helps in understanding how to actually approach issues. Just the same way I kind of always make my own opinions, just like a public. And I always continue to let you know that it's mine, they are all mine. You have the right to yours. Most of the time, I am speaking from my own little knowledge. You probably would know better. In some instances, many of you know better, which I respect. But you see that of Baba Adebanjo, I respect his stand. But the point there is that as much as he is like that, right, we have to be honest. We must not mix it, okay? And we respect that, in all honesty. And thank you for that. So let's do something, okay? Let's do something. Let's see what happened next in that same Ibadan. And the Baba there too. was going to be landed there. In addition to what I said earlier, Cyril, when I said if Nigeria want to start healing, because we have evidence over time that even though Gowon said no winner, no vanquish, after the stupid, avoidable genocide that saw over 5 million people killed, a needless bloodbath, right? He came back and he said, no winner, no vanquish. That means let's just continue. But we all know that from that moment on, what Nigeria has been experiencing, and Nigerians generally have been experiencing, is an unofficial Cold War against the Igbos. Now, they have excelled after the war, of course. They have utilized every opportunity that they have come across to turn everything around for themselves. But when it comes to their place in Nigeria, that is an unwritten code that I am a Yoruba man, right? Even though growing up among other ethnic nationalities in Yoruba land myself, I wasn't taught to hate people. But there's something that's always there. You cannot trust an Igbo man as the president of Nigeria, because if you make him one, he will break Nigeria. This particular one are what they told our own parents who saw the war, some of them. And that remained in their psyche. And many of them passed that on to their children. And it's not just Yorubas, including even many people who participated in the Nigerian Civil War, who are actually on the side of the Biafra when that started. All these were there. So the Cold War, that suspicion, that you know what I mean? All of this, to people like me, are not ingredients of a country that is united or a country that is in place for a possible progress. That is not what Nigeria is. It's just like a business center that is full of its own victim, a business center that is defrauding the people, but giving them false hope. That's what I see it as. I know they will never trust an Igbo man to be the president of Nigeria. If an Igbo man become president of Nigeria, they will make Nigeria ungovernable for him until they make sure that they cower them. And on the other hand, the Igbos are not keeping quiet. They won't keep quiet. So because we know that, I now said, why don't we save ourselves all of this wahala? Why don't we stop pretending that we have a solution, but because it is us, when it gets to our turn, we will give that solution? Why don't we just stop pretending? The entire system is not put together to serve anybody's interest. Any piece they put together in Nigeria without asking the indigenous people of Nigeria if they still want to be part and parcel of this Nigeria. And if you ask them, you'll be shocked what the answer will be. The owners of Nigeria knows that. So you see all of this, I call it charade. But whether we support them or we don't support them, whether we believe in them or we don't believe in them, they are going to appoint somebody as their leader there. Whether it's going to be military or if it's good, whatever it's good, they're going to call it. And whatever that becomes, it will affect you. It will affect me. So if we have maybe not so much power or influence on them to stop them from doing this to themselves again and again, maybe we do have the power to let them know the consequences of their actions. Win or lose, as it is right now, many of us are dragged and then they're attached to whatever happened to Nigeria or in Nigeria. And you know what I mean. You do know what I mean, right? We'll get to that part. Let's go back to Ibadan and see what, Adebanjo was there, according to him.
Leader of Afenifere. Afenifere is obedient. Leader of Afenifere. Afenifere is here. About leader of Afenifere here. Baba, no block our camera now. Come up. Leader of Afenifere here. Leader of Afenifere is here. Leader of Afenifere. Afenifere is obedient. Afenifere is obedient. This is leader of Afenifere, yeah. Yeah, look at him here. Yeah. This is the leader. The leader of the
Ọwọ́ ààrẹ Nàìjíríà kì í sọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbò àti Yorùbá ọwọ́ Nàìjíríà ni o.
I mean, just like what I said about him, it's been very, very clear that it is not Igbo versus Yoruba or what have you. As long as you are in Nigeria, then it's about Nigeria. Now, for those of you interested in that, I best that's served right. Obi is enjoying the what do you call it? The promised or the pledged support of with the weakest G5, which Sheyi Makinde belonged to. So before Obi came, they have already prepared the stadium for him. It's been offered. When it comes to security, when it comes to vehicles, when it comes to all of that, it was provided all of that. Just to let you know that it's welcomed, as agreed in that pact with the G5. And here's another part from what happened there in Ibadan today as well. Let me see if I still have the right one. I think it's this one. Check it out.
Good temper. Obi ò ní sí lórí ballot paper o. Logo àmì ìdánimọ̀ Labour Party. Papa, Mama, Pikin. Papa, Mama, Pikin. Ntari lẹ́yìn. Aṣìmẹ́yẹ bọ̀ ni ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tó bá morin nǹkan lè bá mi kọ díẹ̀ sí i ká fi dára lára yá a máa ń kọ báyìí pé èyí máa dùn tó èyí máa dùn tó èyí máa dùn tó ní ti gbàjúmọ̀ o ayé èlé o èyí máa dùn tó ní ti gbàjúmọ̀ o ẹni bá pé pé èyí ò dùn tó kò ṣe tirẹ̀ káwòrán èyí máa dùn tó
You see, when you see where Papa dey talk, we say, this one sweet. I mean, not sweet. It's sweet. Anybody make it one sweeter, make it go bring your own person. Everybody get your own candidate, no be so? Make them all bring their own candidates. Our candidate no be laba laba lobo 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 laba lobo lobo laba laba lobo lobo. You understand me? So this is our own. This is our own.
Nigeria back.
Baba,
We must take Nigeria back.
Baba says we must take Nigeria back.
Who owns Nigeria?
Who owns Nigeria?
You.
Everybody say yeah, yeah.
I know. That was Ibadan. Adamasingba, Lekon Salami Stadium, Adamasingba. Let me see if I have the one that he was actually talking to them. Hang on. I think maybe this.
Mama, Papa, Pikin. on behalf of. Let me start by paying my sincere respect to our late revered father and leader, Afenifere. I don't respect to all the leaders and heroes of Ibadan. I don't respect to the leaders of today, especially for Adebanjo. Let me tell you, what Adebanjo and Afenifere is standing for today is what will make the future of Nigeria. They are standing for equity. They are standing for justice. They are standing for fairness. And only equity, justice, and fairness will be the foundation of which we will build a united Nigeria.
There's another clip where he actually spoke clearly and lengthily as well. But we still have a lot to share tonight before we call it night, okay? But I'll get to the parts. Meanwhile, I think you should listen to a bit of it because sometimes they're necessary. Put it on record. Obi in Ibadan.
Let me start by paying my sincere respect to our late revered father and leader, Afenifere. Let me pay respect to Afenifere. I give my respect to all the leaders and heroes of Ibadan. I give my respect to the leaders of today, especially for Adebanjo. Let me tell you what Adebanjo and Afenifere is standing for today is what will make the future of Nigeria. They are standing for equity. They are standing for justice. They are standing for fairness. And only equity, justice, and fairness will be the foundation of which we will build a united Nigeria. Let me assure you, the government we intend to form will be the beginning of building a new Nigeria. It will be the beginning of building a Nigeria where Nigerians will be proud and say, we are Nigerians. Because we will secure and unite Nigeria. We will not allow anybody to go into another person's territory and behave anyhow. We will secure and unite Nigeria. We will provide and ensure that we remove Nigeria from consumption to production.
Sorry, guys. That's the part that usually cracked me up, and I kind of just was waiting for that part before I stopped the video. So we have to take Nigeria from consumption to production. Kind of the buzzword, isn't it? Anyway, if you are watching me right now from Nigeria, we have gotten to that stage where I am going to be picking randomly now. So if you're watching me from Nigeria and you are not on YouTube, I think you should be, but if you're already there, that's fine. What you're going to do for me in a moment is that just put up your name and tell me where you are watching from in Nigeria. And I am going to pick people randomly on YouTube. And then I'm going to be connecting with my own banker that is going to credit your bank with 10,000 Naira as a token from me this month to say thank you for being part of the Mayegun's Diary platform. All this while, you are all valuable. Not be everybody go get them. And it's not a charity. I know there are people who need money for medical, this medical. See, I am not giving money for medical, this or that. Okay? It is just a token to say from me to you. This is what I've got. And I also intend to use this to encourage many, many of you to join that YouTube platform. It is free. It is just the same way like Facebook. Now, it's your choice. You don't have to if you don't want to, okay? Now, it is my own way of encouraging you to go there. Facebook is shite. It's really, really shite, okay? Which means that you can't really see much of me, okay? But if you really want to see much of Mayegun, go on to my YouTube channel. Subscribe there. And this is going to be what we're going to be doing every month, encouraging you to do so. And if you don't want to, it's your choice. We're not go see Mayegun anyhow. Sure you get. Meanwhile, Kalu himself, you know, waving the, what do you call it, trying to drive through the wave of the scandal of drug this, money laundering that, age problem, this and all those fraudulent stuff, right? Yeah? It wasn't Ebonyi. Ebonyi is APC, a place whereby no other people, no other party is allowed. If you carry anything anywhere in Ebonyi, they go jail. Umayi, devil Umayi, and short of that. So therefore, Ebonyi is for Kalu, according to David. Is in Ebonyi. We go soon hear banger from Ebonyi. So until we hear the banger from Ebonyi, we'll go into that verse. I wish I would take calls tonight, okay? But this can take a while, okay? So if you're watching me on Facebook right now, you will no longer be able to watch me on Facebook as I am disconnecting the Facebook right now. So go to YouTube if you want to be part of this, and that is not guaranteed that you are going to win. No, don't go there and start screaming. Hey, they not cheating. Now only 15 people. I have over 66 people. 66,000 people on YouTube. Out of the 66,000 people on YouTube, I've got about 26 or 25% of them from Nigeria. Do the number. So if I say I won't give 15 people to say thank you, if it no reach you, you can cry, you can do whatever you want, but please, do not put that on me, okay? And at the same time, all of now will be general bank manager on top people's money. Let me advise you. This one is my own money. It's my own sweat. Now the token where I get, where I feel share, okay? I could decide to give it to one person. I could decide to give it to 3 people. I could decide to give it to 50 people. So if you really have an idea of what you can do with 150,000, especially this one, you can also go and make, get your own 150,000, right? Just do exactly what you think is right, all right? And above that, I just want to say thank you to every one of you, my friends here and there, you know. Just come here like, like a family all the night. Like, people will be wondering, wait till they watch, wait till they watch. But I can't really give you anything if you are really not in Nigeria. Nobody says I get money or rich like that. But from the token I've gotten, I can share. And somebody was earlier saying, what nonsense, more 100,000, the money that cannot buy my gas, whatever, my petrol for a week in Dubai. As a talumba with a ye sorrow. Arangota Sonny. Some of you will be saying, I don't get a wrong polo. Somehow, now person where you now go take the frustration going in your life. I don't know what you are going through in your life, all right? Now, person where you go won't like hang that frustration on and blame them. Now you need to look for. We said people in Nigeria, we are in Dubai. You are so you want to come and collect money from me. You are in Dubai, so I should give you money to buy petrol. So I actually wanted to say that to the guy, but I was like, because now I go get different accountants, special advisor on accounting. Mayegun, why don't you just Mayegun next time? Maybe you should just Mayegun, maybe you should look at the shari go and make your own money and do exactly that. And God will bless you when you do that, okay? Let me take a break. Meanwhile, if you check your screen, Olasunkanmi, Ademola, you are the first winner tonight. Now, how do we do it? I pick people randomly. Once you tell me where you are watching from in Nigeria, I pick you randomly. Then once you tell me your name in that comment, I expect that name to match your bank account number. So if they don't match, Baba, you have lost in here. It's as simple as it's my rule. Sure, you get now my rule. And then we will have to do it just according to my rules. Sure, you get. It no matter if you think say the rule, no fear. If you think say the rule is slow, Baba, do something next time. Put up your 1 million naira and do exactly the same thing. Maybe I can learn from you. Anyway, so now that you can't see me on Facebook anymore, if you are watching me on YouTube, Ademola is our first winner. Now, Ademola, you are going to check your screen now. You see that number, that Mayegun's diary. No, don't worry. Stop typing your name now, okay? Please, don't worry. When I'm done with Ademola, I'll pick another person. I'll pick the next person. I'll pick the next person. That's how we do it. And if the time, once we get to another, 2 hours, I will stop. Even if there are only 5 people get, we'll do it some other night. Then I'll take calls just to round up our night tonight, okay? So, Ademola, you will now go on to your WhatsApp, yeah? All you have to do is to send me a message on that WhatsApp. Just say, it's me, Ademola Olasunkanmi. Then I'm going to call you. I'm going to talk to you. And I'm going to get you credited for that, okay? Now, Ademola, while you are doing that, I'm going to go on a short break. It won't be long. Don't go anywhere. I will be back.
Liar.